Country Club, and then you can also check into the Rotary Club of Tyler. Okay, the next thing, let's please give a really, really warm thank you to our pianist, Nell Binkley. We love having wonderful piano music as we begin our meeting. And we have two really fabulous greeters today, Rebecca Jones and Andy Christopher. And I think one of them was a designated hugger, and I want to say the designated hugger was Andy. So, okay. All right, now I would like to welcome to the podium David Jones. He is going to lead us in the national anthem and the pledge.
Thank you. Let's stand together, please. Face the flag. And reminder, whenever we do the pledge, it is appropriate to put your hand over your heart. It's a salute. And you remain that way all the way through the song, too. Okay? So let's do the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, through the stripes and bright stars, through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you so much, David. And now Allison Cambry is going to lead us in our invocation and do our introductions.
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, break unto us today the bread of life. Cleanse our hearts from sin and from every evil thought to which we are prone. Do good to us today in thy good pleasure, and give us this day our daily bread. And let all the people say, Amen. You may be seated. It's good to have all of you here this morning. We have one Rotarian that's visiting with us that's heard so much about our club that she came all the way from the state of Washington to be with us today. And Tammy Haas, do you want to stand and introduce yourself?
Well, I'm good to be here. I'm a 22-year Rotarian. I'm older than that, but that just looks like a secret. And from Battleground, Washington, which is in the southwest part of the state, really close to Portland, Oregon. And my husband and I are probably relocating here. Our son lives in Jacksonville. We retired at the end of last year, took off in our solar house, took off in our fifth wheel, and then all over the country. And we'll be here for 4 months. And then had used a little bit again to Florida. But it's so good to be back in Rotary.
All right. Well,
great to have you. And I think we have another visiting Rotarian that drives in from Dallas, and this isn't the first time. We just are that magnetic. Sorana, are you here? Would you introduce yourself again?
I'm going to fill an application today, so.
All right. Fantastic.
Thank you very much. I actually live in Tyler now, and just a new job in Tyler, so I appreciate your kindness and welcoming me every single time. Thank you so much.
Great. Are there any other visiting Rotarians that need to be introduced? Yes, Dr. Andrews.
Band Graham longtime Rotarian, Paul Harris Fellow, and he is in Tyler and has filed to join the club.
Wonderful, awesome, glad to have you. Any other visitors or visiting Rotarians? If not, President Trudy.
Thank you so much, Allison. Well, we are so happy to have all of our visitors here. And today is a special day because we are going to be doing new member inductions. I always love these programs because it's so wonderful to welcome people into our club. We are one of the nicest, warmest, most welcoming clubs that you can be a part of. And I'm so happy to hear other people say that. And we also have other events too. The 5 o'clock somewheres happen every month. And I think, Tammy, that was actually, you came to one last week. And she said, I'll be at your meeting on Thursday. And I thought, great. So we're so happy to have you. Okay. You know, the wait is over. You no longer have to wonder what's been happening in history this week or whose birthday is coming up. Welcome to the podium, Paul Weiser.
Beginning today, 26th of October, 1881, Wyatt Earp, who was a former policeman from Kansas, and along with his two brothers, represented law and order, such as it was in the silver mining town of Tombstone, Arizona. They were there, and Ike Clanton and Tom McClory were outlaws who lived on a ranch outside of town. At about 3 o'clock, they all came together. Earp and his brothers and Clanton and McClory engaged in a 30-second gunfight at the OK Corral. At the end of that 30 seconds, Clanton and McClory were dead. Earp was charged with murder in the incident. He was later acquitted. On the 27th of October, 2004, it being World Series time for the Texas Rangers, there's a World Series story. After waiting since 1918, the Boston Red Sox won the series by sweeping the St. Louis Cardinals in 4. It broke the curse of the Bambino that became superstition after the Red Sox owners sold Babe Ruth to the New York Yankees in 1919 in order to have the cash to finance a Broadway production of No No Nanette. We'd like to have that back. On the 28th of October, 1962, this is a follow-up to business we talked about last week, Soviet Premier Nikita Khrushchev informed the United States that he would dismantle and withdraw nuclear missiles that had been placed in Cuba, bringing to an effective end a standoff that had put the U.S. and the Soviet Union on the brink of nuclear war. On the 29th of October, this was a big deal, 1929, the Dow Jones Industrial Average lost 30.57% of its value in a single day, closing at 230.07. By July 8th, 1932, it would close at 41.22, having lost 89% of its value since its peak in 1929. A 30-year-old man who bought stock in June of 1929 would not see a full recovery in value in his remaining lifetime. On the 30th of October, 1534, Parliament passed the Supremacy Act, making King Henry VIII and successive English monarchs, quote, the only supreme head on earth of the Church in England. It was a thumb in the eye of Pope Paul III, and it resulted in Henry's excommunication from the Roman Catholic Church on December 17, 1538. The act broke ties with Rome, and the language of the act operates to this day to the benefit of King Charles III. 17 years earlier, on the 31st of October, in another ecclesiastical matter, German priest Martin Luther stuck his thumb in the eye of Paul III's predecessor, Clement VII, and effectively launched the Protestant Reformation by tacking his 95 Theses to the door of the Castle Church in Wittenberg, Germany. Whether or not he actually tacked the document to the door is disputed. What is not disputed is that the 95 Theses brought out into the open simmering theological disputes, as well as disputes as to the fiscal management of the Roman Catholic Church, many of which rage on to this day. And finally, on the 1st of November, 1765, the Stamp Act, the first direct tax of the American colonies, was enacted by the British Parliament. Following vociferous outcry, it was repealed in 1766, but the damage was done. The Stamp Act effectively put in motion the events leading to the American Revolution. Birthdays in the coming week. Today, Hillary Clinton turns 76. Also today, Wheel of Fortune host until just recently, Pat Sajak, turns 77 today. On Saturday, actress Julie Roberts turns 56. On Sunday, anybody watch Charlie's Angels? Yes. One of the originals, Kate Jackson, turns 75 on Sunday. And finally, on Monday, the Fonz, Henry Winkler, turns 78. And that's this week in history.
Thank you, Paul. Wow, okay. That's a lot of events, a lot of birthdays. Okay, for Rotary business, if you went to the district conference, this past district conference, and you are here in attendance, will you raise your hand, please? All right, we had a lot of people that went to the district conference. It's always fun to do. And at this time, I would like for our immediate past president, Allison Cambry, to come to the podium. Don't be shy. So at the district conference, we always strive to meet our Rotary citation, the presidential citation. And so one of the things that happens at district conference is all Rotary clubs that did achieve all of those different things that we have to do to get our citation, they give us a certificate, but I think at that time you had to leave because you had a prior engagement. So I went up and accepted it on your behalf, but I wanted you to be presented with it today. During your Rotary year, we met all the requirements. You're welcome. And this is something that we strive to do every year. This is something that I am striving to do during our year. So at the end of the year, when we go to the conference, they will certainly announce that. And we want to make sure we keep our streak going. Okay. Tomorrow, for Rotary announcements, tomorrow we do have a board meeting. I do want to encourage you, if you're interested and want to know what all happens at a board meeting, if you'd like to just come and hang out with us and just see all the different things that we talk about. We've got a lot going on right now. We're getting dangerously close to a Christmas parade. So we've got a lot of different things that we'll be talking about. Bring your lunch. We will begin the meeting promptly at noon, and I try my very hardest to get us out of there by 1 o'clock. Sometimes it's tough because we have a lot of business to discuss, but we'd like to have you if you're interested in coming. And we're going to have that meeting at Ultra Federal Credit Union, and that's right there at the corner of the Loop and 155, and it's right across from Wendy's. World Polio Day was October 24th, okay? So we really, really want to make sure that as many people as possible, everyone in this club, if we could possibly do it, could make a donation of $26.50. Who in this room knows what the significance is of $26.50? You two don't count. We're looking for a DM. Okay, so who wants to tell, Pam, would you like to explain to everyone what the significance of $26.50 is when it comes to the Polio Foundation or the Polio Plus?
When Polio Plus was, when we first decided to support the polio vaccination around the world, the first donation given from Rotary was $26.50.
That's right, $26.50. Very, very long time ago, and that was given by Paul Harris, correct? Is that correct, Jim? That's the very, very first donation. So on World Polio Day, one of the things that we would like everybody to do is give that match that donation of $26.50 to the foundation. And certainly, if you're working on getting your Paul Harris, every little bit counts. That's a great way to work on it. You can do something we call double up, which means you can give a donation of $53. And that will help us meet our club's goal. One of the club goals that we have is a $3,000 goal to that foundation. So please join me in doing that. Every little bit counts, and $26.50 was probably a lot of money back then whenever it was first given. Probably not so much now. I think it's probably the price of a cup of coffee now. Isn't that about right? $26.50 in Starbucks, yeah. More announcements. Path Coats for Kids. They have a sorting sign-up sheet. That link was sent to you guys via email. They're really interested in getting some volunteers to help sort those coats. I know you guys have heard of Coats for Kids. We get lots of coats into PATH, and I've done that before too. It is enormous, the amount of coats that come in, all sizes, all colors, little boys' coats, girls' coats, all the way from infant sizes all the way up through adult sizes, and they really need to sort those before they get them passed out. That will be happening at PATH, and if you're able to spend 2 hours of your time to help sort the coats for a great cause, please sign up on that link. The locations are going to be either at PATH or at First Presbyterian Church, based on which date that you sign up for and how close it is to the distribution date of November 11th, okay? Lots of coats come in. I know it seems strange because we think about, okay, it's like 76 degrees outside, but believe it or not, you do actually for like 4 days of the year need a coat. It will get cold, and a lot of people do not have enough clothes. They don't have a coat they just don't have anything. So we do want to make sure that we help those in need. Salvation Army bell ringing. You should have also gotten another link sent out through Sign Up Genius. We have 2 separate days that you can sign up for Salvation Army bell ringing. Remember, at Christmas time, December 5th is going to be at Dillard's. December 6th is going to be at Butcher's on Rice Road. We need 2 Rotarians for each shift, okay? And those dates and those locations are very, very popular locations and dates. I did the Dillard's one last year, and we did not even stop. People were coming in and out of that door constantly putting money in that bucket. So please sign up for that. Please bring your grocery sacks. You should still see the box out front. We still want to collect grocery sacks for the East Texas Food Bank. That's going to be ongoing. And we need your October volunteer hours. Okay? How many people in here volunteered in the month of October? Anywhere, anytime?
Can we do double hands?
Yeah, 2 hands. Okay, so I expect to see emails from every single one of you guys in Holly's inbox telling her how many hours you volunteered. Okay? You don't have to be specific. You can just put church, I did it, whatever. Okay?
Court order community service.
Exactly. Now, Paul, court-ordered community service does not count. You're absolutely right. Our program for November 2nd is going to be Johnny Ortiz. He does Toastmasters. Are any of you familiar with Toastmasters and the motivational speaking? Yes. He's really a very good public speaker, and if you are interested in becoming better at public speaking, and you're kind of shy, and maybe you want to get out there better, a little bit like me, then you can go to Toastmasters. That was a joke.
We got it.
Woo! You go to Toastmasters, and he does a really good program, and he's also really good at telling you, all these different pointers. He's going to be our program for next week. Okay. So program for today, we are going to be inducting some new members. I'm super excited about that. Bear with me, I gotta turn my page. Okay. So, my fellow Rotarians and distinguished guests, we are going to gather here today, and we already have, to celebrate the values of Rotary and to welcome new members into our beloved organization. For over 120 years, that's a very long time. This club and Rotary have represented a global network of dedicated individuals committed to a life of service above self. Today, we renew our commitment to these principles and embrace the spirit of fellowship as we induct new members into our Rotary family. Today, new members will take their place in a long line of servant leaders who have built the foundation of this club and its service to humanity. In our long tradition of membership, our new members must be sponsored by existing members of our club family. These sponsors have lived our duty and responsibility to recommend only those who share our ideals and values of service. They have recognized the potential of these individuals to contribute to the Rotary Club, and they recommend these individuals without hesitation for membership. The candidates have been vetted and agreed to live to our Rotary values and accept the obligations of membership in Rotary, and will be guided by these values in the conduct of their personal and professional life. So, without any further rambling, will the following new members please step forward for induction? The new members are Nikita Abernathy, sponsored by Rochelle Ewart. You all can both come up. Sequoia Holmes, also sponsored by Rochelle Ewart. And transferring member, member Van Graham. Woo! We are so glad to have you and so glad that you all are going to be a part of us. So what we want to do now, we want to hear from, for the two of you, we'll hear from your sponsor. Please introduce your inductee and just share a little bit about them, a little bit about what makes them qualified and why you are so excited to have them as part of Rotary.
I'm so happy to have you all here. Thank y'all, and sorry for my appearance as Rosie the Riveter. I'm doing the Senior Expo today, which I'll be hauling butt back to as soon as I leave here, but I could not miss this opportunity, and I'm just so excited to have y'all here. Actually, making a long story short, I was speaking with Nikita. Both of them are proud BBB accredited businesses, and I happened to talk to her about how passionate I am about Rotary, and ding, 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 the lights went off and the bell started ringing, and I told her, come on, be a guest, and they were hooked, both of them. So I'm just gonna give a little bit of breakdown here real quick. So we've got Nikita Abernathy with Unique Home Health. Sorry, I need my glasses here, sorry about that. Unique Home Care provides non-medical aid and companion care services to seniors who are mentally and physically challenged, very important. They also service clients transitioning back home from an assisted living setting, hospitals, nursing home, or rehabilitation facilities. They are Alzheimer's and dementia certified, very important. They are also partners with A Place for Mom and Aging Care. They go into the community voluntarily running errands, grocery shopping, laundry, and cleaning. They also provide companion care as well as respite care and wellness checks, so important. Nikita started this company because she has always been passionate about caring for the elderly. She wants to always be an advocate and ensure that her clients are allowed to continue to live in the comfort of their own home, and it is part of her mission to give their families a peace of mind that their loved ones are receiving compassionate quality care. Amazing. And Sequoia, she brought Sequoia as a guest when they came for the first time. Sequoia Holmes is the founder of Restorative Healthcare, where she is a resource to her community by providing home healthcare services to the elderly. Sequoia's passion for taking care of people came about as a young child when she cared for her mother. It was at that time that Sequoia knew she wanted to dedicate her life to making a difference in the lives of others. Love it. Sequoia began her professional life as a caregiver and went on to further her education at TJC, where she received her nursing degree. On May of 2021, Sequoia's mom had a setback in her health. She then had to step back from her career and become her mom's full-time caregiver. It was in this transition that restorative healthcare came about. It's awesome testimony. And that's it.
All right, well, we want to welcome you both. So I'll start with you. And so can you tell me, well, I'll give you that. Do you want to tell the club a little bit about why you're excited to join Rotary? As a caregiver myself, I cannot tell you how wonderful both of those stories are, just touching my heart, because you're both absolutely right. Wellness checks, just a little bit of attendant care, and what you're doing means so much to the elderly community. I've been involved in that for a very long time, so I too am super passionate about what you both are doing, but I'm going to let you start. You don't have to say it.
She's like, please.
Most important thing for me is the volunteer work, because I never knew until I got into this profession how elderly people don't have a voice, and most of them are alone. So having experienced that one-on-one it makes you wanna change your whole outlook on life, so that's why.
Wonderful.
And the reason why I chose Rotary is the same thing as for volunteering work. You know, getting out in the community, helping in the community is a big thing in my heart. Like, I love caring for people. And so Rotary, I feel this would be a great thing for me to get out there and to help, you know, the community, you know, give back. We should all be giving back. And so that's my thing. We need to give back.
Not there yet. That is absolutely right, and we are so glad to have you here. Now, Van, since you are transferring in, I am going to step in as your sponsor, and I would like to read a little bit here about you. Van Graham is transferring here to us from, is it Boiling Springs, North Carolina? Well, this is, and I'm happy to step in and kind of sponsor you because I'm from South Carolina. So it's wonderful to have a fellow Carolinian here in Rotary Club. And I graduated from Wofford College, which is not very far from Boiling Springs, South Carolina. So
One of my good friends is professor there.
oh, that's wonderful. Oh, this is even better. Oh my gosh, it's better and better. Okay. So Van Graham has been in law practice for more than 35 years. You earned your Van learned his law degree from Baylor University School of Law. Ben is an experienced trial lawyer, helps clients interface with the legal system. He can help with personal and commercial matters. Now, are you retired or no? Not retired.
Nope.
Ready to go. For business clients, he works to protect business interests in disputes related to contracts, business torts, product liability, trade secrets, non-competes, LLCs, corporations, and partnerships. Van is a member of the National Academy of Elder Law Attorneys and regularly counsels and advises clients on a range of legal needs of the elderly, including advance directives, estate planning, and probate. Van is a man of faith and considers it a service to help churches and nonprofit organizations with their legal needs. So welcome, Van.
Welcome.
And would you like to tell us a little bit about what drew you to Rotary and how long you've been here? And for those of us who don't, are just now getting to know you.
I was involved in Rotary for over 13 years in North Carolina. I was the dean of the business school there, and we had a club on the campus. And I got invited by a friend to one of the meetings, and Rotary became an important part of my life. Since it was time to come back to Tyler, but before I got here and got settled, Laterno wanted me to be dean of their business school. So I went over there for a while. And there was a kind of a gap in Rotary during that time because I was never in Tyler for lunch. And I didn't feel like Laterno was the place. So when I finally got tired of commuting and came home, then it was time to get back involved in Rotary. Because Rotary and the relationships in Rotary and the things that I've been able to experience with Rotary members has been an important part of my life. And I can't wait to get back involved.
We're happy to get you involved. I tell you what, we can put people to work just like that around here. So, hey, you came to the right place. Well, thanks, Rochelle. Thank you so much for sponsoring Koya, and for introducing these exceptional individuals and for recommending them for induction into the club. Candidates, by accepting membership into our Rotary Club, you embrace a responsibility to uphold the ideals and values of Rotary. If you are willing to dedicate yourself to the values of service, diversity, leadership, integrity, and fellowship, please say, I do.
I do.
Just like getting married. Please affirm your commitment to our Rotary ethics by saying, I do, after each of these 4 Rotary ethical tests. Will all members please rise and reaffirm your commitment to the 4-way test? And also it says, will all members please rise and reaffirm along with the inductees your commitment to Rotary ethics? Are you committed to conducting your personal and professional life in truth? I do.
I do.
Are you committed to living a life that is fair to all concerned?
I do.
Are you committed to building goodwill and better friendships in our club, our community, and the world?
I do.
Are you committed to ensuring that your service will be beneficial to all concerned?
I do.
In recognition of their pledge of commitment, please accept the Rotary pin as a symbol of your membership from your sponsor.
Let me hold on.
And I'm gonna, whoop,
Where are you going?
I found it. Don't want to drop the pin. I'm gonna pin it on you in just a second.
Oh, am I not supposed to do that yet? Oops. I got a jump start.
Wear it with pride and let it remind you of the impact that you can make. When you align your actions with the values of Rotary and that fellowship, we can change the world with our service. And now, yes, please put the pin on. Would you mind pinning me?
Sure.
Wear it with pride. Wear it with pride.
These new members have demonstrated their unwavering commitment to serving their community. And I just, especially by what they said, what brought them to Rotary, that's so wonderful because you guys are already entrenched in service. They embody the spirit of Rotary. Their dedication to improving the lives of others is evident through their involvement in various volunteer initiatives. They possess exceptional leadership skills and a strong sense of integrity. We have no doubt that their energy and enthusiasm will enrich our club and amplify our collective efforts to create a better world. We celebrate their passion for making a positive difference, and we believe that you will be a wonderful asset to our club. Ladies and gentlemen, Nikita, Sequoia, and Van, to our Rotary family, please join me in sending a warm round of applause to our new members. And one of the things that we would like to do is, and I will start, and I have something special to give to you. We would like to start by having all the members come around, shake your hand, welcome you to the club, and then you can come back and be seated, and then I will.
Do you want to do Ace of Diamonds and close the meeting and then do that?
I can do that. If you all would like to be seated, we will go ahead and do Ace of Diamonds before we do our receiving line. So,
Look, I'm going to get my tickets. Look.
why don't we have immediate past president, you can stand here. Yep. Draw the ticket that gets the chance.
Oh, sorry.
Let's pray that.
Nine, 8, 5.
Nope.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, okay, he gets a chance.
Dr. Pickle. Dr. Pickle got it.
Yay.
You're halfway there. All you gotta do now is get the ace. And what is it? It was 2,600 before all of you bought tickets, so it's more than that now. Remember, 2772.
Wow.
If he wins it, he gets half that.
He's taking us all to dinner.
Okay, Merwin. Come on.
Do you win?
No?
Jack of spades. Okay, so what we will do is we will go ahead and rise and do the four-way test, and then we will come through the receiving line and welcome our new members. So please stand as we go through, as we recite the four-way test of the things that we think, say, or do. First,
Is it the truth?
second,
Is it fair to all concerned?
third,
Will it build goodwill and better friendships?
and fourth.
Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
And we are not adjourned yet. We'll adjourn after you come by and say hello to them, but I will ring the bell.
There you go.
Yay.
Pretty lady.